Hello there, my very good friends, and a warm welcoming good afternoons to you all. On this video, we're going to talk about Tony Khan's justification for going a bit wild with the promotion lately.
Indeed. Was The Rock 3 hours late for WrestleMania 40?
Cody Rhodes says he could never root against AEW.
When is Cody Rhodes injured? I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the After News.
Whee! Alright, we're not going to talk about Logan Paul on this one, or Bovril. What? No, Arby's. It wasn't even Bovril. What are you on about, Curly Watts? Let's kick this one off by talking about Tony Khan. He's been promoted.
He's been in the news a little bit recently,
just a wee bit. He's been going all over the place with the promotion recently. Of course, he took the bump in the big angle last week that we talk about.
I was just
still thinking about that one.
Dead, and then got to roll around.
And then he went on the NFL Network with the neck brace. He's taking a photo with Roddy Strong, which is in the thumbnail today. It's a good photo.
Hey, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it's good. Wait till you see it. I've turned it purple and stuff. All of that. He was on the NFL Network for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL Draft. He was comparing WWE to Harvey Weinstein. He was calling it a really evil juggernaut. He's been doing his thing. Why has he been doing this? Because it's publicity, baby.
Yeah.
That's why. Big Tone, long bone Tone, that's what Janela called him one time,
Indeed.
isn't it? He's been speaking about this. He was asked about this during an appearance on TMZ Sports. He was actually interviewed by Dean Matadi, the former Mojo Rawley.
I thought I saw this. I thought it was for his YouTube channel. I realised it was for TMZ. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. He was asked about all of this, and he just the Weinstein and all of that, and he said, well, I think that we got tons of coverage for AEW, and I think it's important to say that I think AEW is the best wrestling company in the world in many ways. I think that we have the best wrestlers, the best matches, and we've been putting on the best shows. I think the best pay-per-view events this year have been the two AEW events, Revolution and Dynasty. So all of that stuff, that's Tony's views on kind of why he did it. I think it was kind of obvious that he was just trying to draw some eyes. On Wrestling Observer Radio as well, Dave Meltzer said, he did it so that he could wear the neck brace on TV, speaking about the angle, and it was kind of a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
So that's why he's been going nuts. Look, there's loads and loads to unpack with the Harvey Weinstein comment in particular, because...
Thank goodness they haven't assigned anyone problematic to AEW, I suppose.
Well, this is it. It's like the Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE is obviously ongoing. But Tony Khan hired Ric Flair, so it's like he's probably not the narrator for that joke and that narrative. Has it successfully drawn meaningful buzz to AEW? Well, we'll find out this week, I guess. Collision did a pretty strong 0.21, I believe, this weekend. So it did a nice little number with the NBA, lead-in.
Right, does it into what Swerve on first?
On Saturday, indeed. And it looks like Dynamite, we'll see what that does this week. If that does a nice little boost from the previous week when it had just the craziest competition, I mean, should naturally go up anyway from that number. We'll see. We'll see if it's worked. But clearly, trying to draw eyes to the product. Look, pro wrestling is the wild, wild west. I cannot understand why everyone wants promoters to be nice and professional and kind and softly touch to each other. Be assholes. It's fun to cover. I'm not saying Tony Khan's an asshole, but go wild. I love it.
Yeah. I like it when they needle each other, when they have little digs into it. It's good fun from both companies. Look, it's understandable they want to draw some more eyes to the product. The numbers have been in the toilet recently for AEW. Ratings, ticket sales, even buys.
Ratings haven't been bad. They're in the top 3 every week.
Yeah.
Like, Dynamite does well.
It's just not the levels that they were previously at, I suppose. And I think they are... I understand why they did what they did, like the Tony Khan neck brace thing. Oh, wait a second, the NFL, we're going to get a lot more eyes on that. Why is he wearing a neck brace? It all depends on how they do on Dynamite this week, doesn't it? Like you said, not all, but
it'll indicate.
It's an intriguing thing to see how this has affected things, because it's a publicity stunt, like you say. It's all been a publicity stunt.
Whole thing.
But they're in the business of publicising themselves, so I don't see why people get so annoyed by it all.
You kind of saw the two sides of Tony Khan over the past week or so. The Harvey Weinstein, all that stuff, right? The taking shots, all of that. And then over here, he was really civil and diplomatic about Goldberg when Goldberg said it was too cheesy for him Tony was like, we had some talks. They were really nice. I really respect Bill. What's going on? You see the two sides. Really nice, polite guy, and then crazy promoter. He's got it both, and that's why I enjoy him.
Yes.
Wrestling is more fun for Tony being in it, 100%.
I'll tell you who else it's more fun for having them in it. That's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But was he 3 hours late for WrestleMania? You probably saw reports over the last few days about Rock's film Red One. Apparently he's been plagued with issues. The film cost $250 million to make. And The Rock's chronic lateness and lack of professionalism are said to be a reason for it going over budget. The Wrap posting an article about this, saying insiders told The Wrap that Johnson showed up as much as 8 hours late to set on the movie. So that'd be like me walking in and going, let's shoot the news, Andy, as you're leaving work, basically. Forcing the crew to shoot around him on some days, according to The Wrap's Humberto Gonzalez. And the article continued and said that The Rock's frequent lateness was also a factor at WrestleMania 40. Earlier this month, he was 3 hours late arriving ahead of his main event match at WrestleMania 40, two insiders told The Wrap, says Gonzalez. But WWE has shot this claim down, saying Dwayne, this comes from Chris Legentil, WWE's Executive VP of Talent Relations and Head of Communications, Dwayne was not only on time for WrestleMania, he was hours early to help with rehearsal and building the ring and checking tickets. No, the rehearsal part is correct about that, though. A pleasure to work with throughout the entire run. He was late for that appearance at WWE World, 2 hours late, although apparently that was due to traffic and other WWE-related commitments. He can be 12 hours late for all I care. He's the best. Suck it. It's just lighten up, you boring bastards.
I think this was a really fun report to read.
Yes, it was.
Because the conspiratorial side of my mind, which is very small, I figured there was maybe two political hits at work here, right? With the Red One report, I got to thinking, the volume of stuff is so ridiculous. The stuff about him pissing in a bottle.
Oh, I heard about this,
yeah. And like not coming out of his trailer for 8 hours or something. Like, it's so ridiculous. That was like,
what do you do then? So does your workday then start at that point? And are you like, what have we been doing for that? We've been setting up the lights and cameras for 8 hours, bro.
Yeah, somebody get my bottle.
I hate that, because he'd be like, I really want to go for a coffee, but sod law, when I go for a coffee, he's going to come out of his...
Yeah, you'd be stuck. So, like, I read all that stuff, and I was like, maybe this movie just really sucks, and the company's PR team is like, we need a reason for it to suck when it comes out and everyone pans it. Blame Dwayne. His PR's not.
Like that movie where Harry Styles gozzed on like Chris Pine or something in the premiere, and they were like, let's talk about that instead of how crap this film is.
Exactly. Like, it's a savvy move. But also at the same time, you've got the spin doctor extraordinaire, Chris Legentil, over here, whose name is now fully in the public eye, thanks primarily to the really good work of Joe Lanza of the Flagship Wrestling podcast lately. Kind of shining a light on some of these really just sneaky PR moves that WWE do. And look, they should do them. They're a major company. It's how it should work. Ultimately, the point of Joe's initial piece was that WWE are doing these. AEW, why are they not doing them? It's a dirty business. So this was really fun. And I agree with you. I don't give a crap if The Rock is 24 hours late for WrestleMania. Yes. Do both matches on night 2. I don't care.
It clearly didn't affect it. WrestleMania 40 was awesome both nights, especially all the stuff involving The Rock. And and if you're working on a film set, sorry about that, but you get to be in the presence of the great one. So that's the price you have to pay, brother.
You should bow down.
I want to watch Red One now. I'm excited. I want to see his piss bottles. Yeah. I hope that's like a weapon he uses. I have no idea what Red One's even about.
I think it's a Christmas movie, so...
Bow Santa's sleigh. Rock's piss. Bow Santa's sleigh.
Pissing on Rudolph. I'm going to watch
You've been naughty this year. Do you know what? You get The Rock's piss. That's why I always wanted, actually, Santa. So
I wasn't actually going to watch this, but now I have in my head that it's an omni shambles, so I'm going to watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good work, PR department. You've done it.
Yeah, you've sold me. Right, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, let's talk Cody.
Cody Rhodes. W.E. Cody Rhodes. He has said he could never root against AEW. He was on the Cheap Heat podcast, Getting Cheap Heat.
That's what they were trying to do.
And how do you feel about the Cheap Heat podcast?
It's one of the best podcasts out there, but it's not ours. Joe Lanza's also is great, I should say.
The biggest podcast in the world, this guy.
It's huge.
This guy. Biggest WWE podcast in the UK.
Number one UK WWE podcast.
It really
we should
is.
put that on a little sticker on our logo.
Eat that, Michael Hamflet, and all your faves. I've done it again. Slandering the good man, Michael Hamflet.
Dear. It's his birthday yesterday.
It was?
That's why I didn't come into work. Couldn't stand seeing him on that day. lying about his age. 39, yeah, flip that around, then you've got his actual age.
Oh, jeez, he beeps. Right. Let's talk about this. Cody talked about AEW on the GP podcast, which is what we've just drawn. I'll just read the quote. If we're being honest, AEW does not happen without me. It doesn't. And with that in mind, I could never root against it. It's like having a kid and they go off to college and they get a DUI or they get in trouble. I'll always have that in my heart for them. It certainly was a wound that was more gaping and painful than people realized, talking about leaving AEW. Because now they look at the situation and they're like, oh man, you're on top of the world. You have everything. Maybe they don't understand that I really gave everything I could. I did. And yeah, I could never see a day where I was rooting against them. So, you know, bit of gratitude there. Quite condescending in some of his verbiage, I think. Little brother or whatever, having a kid go off to college, okay. But, you know, fair, he's entitled to that. Yeah. He helped get the company off the ground. And it's Cody Rhodes, he's awesome. But he also... maybe Tony Storm, little comments at the press conference recently. Maybe he didn't take those so well. I would never root against them in any case. That's not easy because random things said about you at press conferences, and that's a big no-no. You should never say me or my wife's name. Tony should have told you that. So yeah, I'll never root against them. I really won't. Tony Storm didn't say his name or Brandy, so maybe he's not talking about her. But maybe not appreciative of those little jabs here and there.
I think it's, you know, just stop taking everything so seriously. Like, it's Tony Storm. The character that Tony Storm plays right now is preposterous.
Yes.
Right? And she's, like, I'm sure we all thought, what a lovely moment for Cody. He wins the world title, he's surrounded by everyone. He wants to bring out the people that have got him there, right? But also, it's right for taking the piss out of, like she did. So I kind of can't get on board with him on that one. But I do agree with him. AEW doesn't happen without Cody Rhodes, because... I mean, there's a tweet. There's a tweet, Dave Meltzer and all that, started the ball rolling all in, etc., etc. And it's understandable, he doesn't want to badmouth them. Oh, half of his mates are still there. Shock horror, everyone. Competition's good for wrestling. Look how much better it's gotten in the last few years. Eventually... I would not be surprised if he goes back to AEW, so why would you burn those bridges?
Yeah, for sure. I think Cody is totally entitled to all of the stances he has expressed in that interview. And I also think it's nice when people on different companies are more cordial to each other.
Omega with Reigns the other day.
I talked about that on Sunday. It's like what it does is it diffuses the tribal bollocks and like the idea that you like liking one and hating another needs to be your personality. Like it just pours cold water on that.
You can like more than one wrestling show. You can like two. That's it.
If
you like AEW and WWE, you better not like MLW as well.
Yeah, don't you dare watch TNA.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. So one thing I believe in is Joe Hendry.
There you go.
Oh, go and buy it. 79p, cheap bastards. Go on, buy it. It's great. Let him beat Taylor Swift. I hate her.
Have you heard her new album?
No. I just flat out refuse to listen to it. I listen to Joe Hendry instead. And I've taught Eric to clap to Joe Hendry's song.
Fair play. You can't clap to Taylor Swift's song.
No.
Unless it's like an old one, because the new stuff, oh boy, it's bland.
Is it? Oh,
I have no strong opinions on the art of Taylor Swift either way, but it's just a bit boring. It's 31 songs, Michael.
What?
Yeah.
Joe Hendry's song is one.
It's one song.
And it's like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, boom. In and out.
All of us here at What Culture believe in Joe Hendry. Go and buy it. Let's get him to... I mean, I was going to say let's get him in the charts. That's probably already happened. Let's get him top 10. Let's get him number 1. Because it'd be really funny to listen to some of my ex-colleagues in radio go, this wrestler bloke's got the number 1. I don't know how this has happened.
You should have released it at Christmas.
Oh.
Christmas number 1. There you go.
Anyway, let's continue talking about Cody Rhodes because there was a little bit of a concern after his match with Carmelo Hayes, WWE Draft Edition. Melo gets drafted, comes out immediately, goes, I'll fight you. And Cody goes, go on then. And then he's sort of selling his shoulder by the end of the match, and people were a little bit concerned as a result of that. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer says that he's not listed as injured. They never mention it on TV, so it's not a worked injury either. It's not like it's some storyline because it was never mentioned. Brian Alvarez pointed out he wasn't there on Monday Night Raw, so that could be a thing that they're saving a big injury announcement for the SmackDown, but that is literally in Lyon the day before Backlash. And you sense that if he was injured and about to face AJ Styles, unless they were just going to do something where it's like AJ Styles beats him in 2 minutes, they'd have probably referenced it a little bit more than they have done. Meltzer said, I'm told it's not listed as a real injury. Whatever it was, it might just be something minor. It might be nothing at all. It's probably nothing at all significant. I do hope so, because it's going to be a rubbish start to his... He'd be like Daniel Bryan all over again. Yay, WrestleMania 30. Oh, he's going to face Kane and now he has to drop the title.
Yeah. Again, spoke a little bit about this on Sunday, but here's an update. Sounds like he's fine. That's good.
They might factor it into the Styles match. That works quite well, actually.
I actually thought like the missing the cutters was quite funny. Like the way it was
it looked ridiculous.
Yeah, not in a like idiots kind of way, but in just that was fun. Like they just kind of went wee. Like I had fun with it. Who cares?
I'm astonished that there's some people like going. This World Championship reign for Cody's not going well. It's been like 3 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
He's not done anything yet.
The crowds are really turning on him, guys. What are you talking about, man?
He's going to get there. He's going to go full Homelander eventually, but just not yet.
The Codyverse will arrive at some point, but it's not even been a month. Relax, it's fine.
Needs more brandy. That's what I say.
I agree. He can't work though, can he? If he's making, he's making botches like that. Who broke him into this business?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on that. Everything we've discussed. And if you're wondering, wait, where's the questions? They're from the news this morning, which you can watch.
Right here, baby. Talking about what do you even talk about?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul and I Show Speedy in Arby's.
Yes.
Peace. I hate this guy.